For centuries, we have lived beside a silent green world, assuming it was just that, silent. Plants, we believed, were biological machines. They grew, they reacted, they survived, but they did not know. They did not feel. They did not decide. But what if that belief was never true? What if the trees outside your window are not passive life forms, but active participants in a hidden biological intelligence? One that operates without brains, neurons, or consciousness as we define it. Modern science is now forcing us to confront an uncomfortable question. Are plants merely reacting, or are they perceiving? To answer this, we must first challenge a deeply rooted assumption. The idea that intelligence requires a brain. Human intelligence is centralized, fast, and neuron-based. But nature does not obey human design rules. Intelligence, in its purest form, may simply be the ability to sense, process information, remember outcomes, and choose responses that improve survival. By that definition, plants begin to look far less simple. Beneath the soil lies one of the most complex communication systems on Earth. Through vast underground fungal networks, often called the Wood Wide Web, plants exchange nutrients, chemical warnings, and information. When one tree is attacked by insects, neighboring plants begin producing defensive chemicals before they are touched. This is not coincidence. This is coordination. Plants detect chemical signatures in the air. They distinguish between the vibration of wind and the vibration of chewing insects. Some respond differently to friendly touch than to mechanical damage. Others alter their growth patterns when they detect nearby competitors, adjusting root direction and leaf expansion with strategic precision. These are not random reactions. They are context-aware responses. Even more unsettling is the growing evidence of plant memory. Experiments have shown that plants exposed to repeated stressors can learn and later respond faster and more efficiently, even after the original stimulus is gone. Some plants remember drought conditions long enough to change how they grow seasons later. Memory without a brain, decision-making without neurons. This forces us into dangerous philosophical territory. If a Venus flytrap can count the number of times its trigger hairs are touched before deciding whether to close, if a plant can remember harm and prepare defenses in advance, if roots can choose optimal growth paths based on environmental prediction, then what exactly separates biological intelligence from consciousness? Plant neurobiology, a controversial but rapidly expanding field, suggests that plants use electrical signals, strikingly similar to animal nervous systems. These signals travel through vascular tissues, acting as decentralized information highways. Instead of a brain, plants operate as distributed intelligences, processing data across their entire bodies. This may not be consciousness as we experience it, but it may be something adjacent, something unfamiliar. And that distinction matters. If plants possess a form of awareness, however, alien, our relationship with nature fundamentally changes. Agriculture becomes more than production. Ecology becomes more than resource management. Ethics moves beyond animals alone. We are forced to ask whether intelligence is a spectrum, not a threshold. Whether awareness emerges, wherever life becomes complex, enough to model its environment. Perhaps consciousness is not rare. Perhaps it is everywhere, expressed differently. Seen this way, humanity is not standing above nature, but within it, one expression of intelligence among many. Plants, animals, fungi, ecosystems, all parts of a vast, interconnected cognitive web shaped by evolution, memory, and survival. The green world was never silent. We simply did not know how to listen. And now that we are beginning to hear it, the question is no longer whether plants are intelligent. The question is whether we are ready to redefine intelligence itself.